Hello, I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use they, them and he, him pronouns, and I have 2 markets coming up, so I'm going to let you know what I'm doing to prepare for those. I finished July with not a lot of stock left because I did 3 markets and sold out quite a lot of my stuff, including my fidget toys. And the 2 markets I have in August are also family focused markets, so I'd like to restock those fidget toys specifically. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of my to-do list, a quick rundown of the things I'm actually completely sold out of, and then I'll let you know how I'm doing so far, because we're about a week into prepping so far out of the like 3.5-ish weeks that I had once I'd given myself a bit of downtime to catch up with commissions and things. So by the end of July, I'd sold out of leggy frogs, I'd sold out of dinos, I had 1 brontosaurus left, I sold out of turtles, octopuses, cats, whales, fidget poppers, fidget snakes, fish, spiders and bees. I have some key rings left and I have some of my happy pills left, but I'm probably not going to be taking those to these markets because they're not quite family friendly. So that left me, I think, with about 16 items left at the end of July, and I'm aiming to have 100 items to cover the 2 markets. So that should be 50-ish sales at each market, which should be enough for me to be happy with my profit. If I sell out, that's always obviously the worry, but both of these are cheap tables. I think I've got 1 £10 table and 1 £5 table, so I'm not too anxious about having like thousands worth of stock, but I think I'd like to have about £1,500 worth of stock by the end of this video, well, the end of this prep period. So currently, with the prep that I've already finished, I have £800 worth of stock, which means that to catch up to where I want to be, I need to make another 700-ish pounds worth of stock, which again should be about 100 items. So if I can make a few bigger bits as well, I can charge a bit more for the bigger bits. So the plan was originally to take sort of an idea of what I'd actually sold and what I sold out, so that I could work out what I wanted to make for August. So that is this page here, and then this page here I've planned out what I need for the family-based markets versus what I want for the spookier markets. A lot of it is the same. I do want to make a derpy tiger because I've been obsessed with K-pop demon hunters, so I'd love to make that character and also the magpie to go with him. Squids will come back for October, but they don't tend to be as popular as my family markets. Same with the spiders, obviously, because they're a bit spookier. I'd like to make some leggy frogs. I'm not sure if I might mix my frog patterns up though, but I need to try and work out how to use up the acrylic that I've got, because I'm on to using plush mainly, but I've still got a massive stash of acrylic, so I should probably use a bit of that up. I'd like to make some more toothlesses. I'd like to make some more characters in general for October, I think. But for August is the one we're focusing on right now. Mostly fidget toys. I've already made 8 fidget chicks. I actually ended up making 10 fidget frogs because I had an order for 3. So I've got 7 left for stock. I might make an 8th one. I might not. We're going to see how it goes. Fidget mushrooms. I'm just going to make as many as I have the yarn for. 16 is the goal. If I don't get 16, that's fine, but I did sell 8 over the 3 markets in July, over 2 markets even, because I didn't have them for the first one. So I'm trying to sort of double that, because then I'll have hopefully some left for October. Fidget caterpillars is a new pattern I'd like to try out. Again, I'm going to try and make as many as I have yarn for. I've got quite a limited supply at the minute, so if I manage to make 5, that would be nice, but if not, that's fine. Again, leggy frogs I'd like to make some more of because I can make them out of acrylic, so that's using up some of that stash. I'd like to make some more brontos. I've only got the really big chunky blue one and 1 little one left, so I'd like to have 2, maybe 3 little ones, which means I need to make 1, maybe 2 more. Stegos is a new pattern I'd like to try out. I did have it at 1 market because a friend made one, and I sold that for her. That got a lot of attention, so I'd also like to try and make some more dinosaurs because people seem to love my dinosaurs. Same with the small dinos. Those are my chunky T-Rex-ish looking ones. I'd like to make some more of them. The turtles I've already made 3 of in the pink yarn. I'd like to try and make 3 out of each of the paint box yarns patterns that I have. So I've got a blue and green one, a purple and blue one, and a black and grey one left. So that's another 9 turtles. That's today's goal. Octopuses, again, I'd like to make 3 out of each colour. Again, they'll be quick. Cats, I'd like to make 2 out of each colour. I currently have 2. I think both of those are pink. I wouldn't mind making some more just plain black ones. Or I've got some cream yarn, so if I don't use all of that up making the mushrooms, I'll probably try and make a cream cat as well. But my non-natural coloured cats tend to sell better than my natural coloured cats, which is weird because other people have said the opposite. So I don't know if that's just like a Britain versus America thing or what, we'll find out. Whales, I'd like to make some more of. I don't have the 2-tone blue this time, so they'll be either blue, green or pink with white bellies. Toothlesses, I'd like to try a new pattern where they're lying down. I have a free Instagram pattern that I'm going to give a go. If that's easy enough to make and worth the money that I can make for it, I'm going to make 1 Toothless and 1 Light Fury. I've not got a lot of white yarn left though, so I might end up making 2 Toothlesses. We'll see. Fish, I have 2 already. Again, I'd like to make 2 out of every colour that I've got because they sell really well for me. They're my like weird niche, I think, is my fish. They're not one that I see other people have very often, but people really seem to like them from me, so yeah, I'd like to make 8 fish. I've got 2 so far. And bees, I've made 5, so I'm happy with the amount that I've got. So I've finished making chicks, frogs, snakes and bees now. My main focus is going to be the turtles, the octos, the cats and the fish, because I can make them all out of the paint box yarns patterns, so I'm going to try and use them up first and then work on the sort of more complex things. But yeah, that is my plan. I know I've told you what I've made so far, but would it be a crochet video if I didn't show you? This is my big pillowcase of stuff because I use the IKEA pillows for stuffing, so as soon as I'm done with the pillowcases they become stock bags. So I have love cats, I have snakes, I have turtles, and I have octopuses. Oh, there is one more thing. And fish, all out of the patterned yarn. That is, the pink is done for now. I'm gonna start on the blue today, I think. So I've got all of the snakes made. This one is longer. Oh dear, I have 2 lengths of snakes. I didn't mean to do that. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that when I'm stocking the table. My frogs and my chicks are all done. Put your hat back on. So I sew little faces on these ones and then use plastic safety eyes. And then for the chicks it's coloured safety eyes and I embroider the beak and the feet on. So yeah, that is all of those ready to go. I've got a gold-eyed cat as well. It's just so cute. For my cats I use 18 or 20mm eyes, which I need to stock back up on because I've made too many things that use that size of eyes. So that'll be an extra cost for the August market. So yeah, hopefully by the next time I check in I'll have filled this bag and started on the next one. So cross your fingers for me and I will see you in a week. Oh, I just thought I'd film a quick check-in because I just tied up my to-do list for stocking up and there was 118 items on there in total. So let's see how many I've done so far. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 fidget snakes. Let's get all of those into the bag. 2 cats, so that's 18. 2 fish, 20. I added keychains to the bees. So I've got three with keychains. So that's 25? No, 23. Plus the 2 without keychains is 25. Then I have 1, 2, 3 turtles, 28. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 more octopuses. So that was 25 with the bees, 37. Then I've got 7 frogs, that's 34. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chicks. So that is whatever 34 plus 8 is 42 items. I worked out as more than that. Let me do a quick bit of maths. I'll be back. Never let them tell you a gay can do maths. That is 49 items so far. With hopefully a lot more to go, because I have, if I can hold them all, I can't hold them all. I've got big hands, they're not that big. I have 9 turtle shells, so I just need to make the bodies and the fins for them, the faces and the fins for them. So that will bring me up to 58 items out of 118, so that will be nearly halfway. With, I don't even know what day we're on today, it's the 4th of August, so that leaves me 12 days to make the other 60 items, if I can finish these tonight, which I probably should be able to. So that's not too bad. That's 5 items a day. So as long as I can keep on the 5 items a day, we'll be all good to go. I have fidget mushrooms, caterpillars, leggy frogs, a variety of dinosaurs, some more cats, some more fish, some whales, and a couple of light and night furies to make, and that will take me up to my total. So wish me luck. It is Saturday, my dudes, so it's time for another check-in. I've done a lot this week since Monday. I'm not sure what was up with my counts on Monday, but I think I said I had 40-ish items. I had 55, which left me with 61 left to make out of the 116 that I'm aiming for. I've made another 36 this week, which means that I have 91 in total and 25 left to make, which feels really good, because we have a week now until the market. 25 items in a week is easy peasy because they're all tiny items. I have my book here with my listing, so if I'm looking off to the side, it's because this is over there. So left to make, I have my fidget mushrooms, my fidget caterpillars, some leggy frogs, and a bunch of dinosaurs, which will be nice because I've missed making dinosaurs so much. All of this has been really small projects, so something with a bit of girth to it, a few parts to it, I'm really looking forward to. So let me let you know what I've made this week. So Monday and Tuesday I started with turtles. I'd already started them, I think, when I filmed the last check-in, so I had a few shells ready to go. I've now got actual turtles. So I will start with the purple ones. We have 3 purple turtles. We have 1 with pink eyes, we have 1 with yellow eyes, and we have 1 with light pink eyes. These are my favourite eyes, but it's so hard to find something to put them on because if they're on most colours it just looks like the turtle has conjunctivitis, or the item has conjunctivitis, or pink eye as the Americans call it. It looks alright on the flesh colour, which is why I use them mostly for turtles, but I've finally used them all up, which means I'm not having to worry about my projects having conjunctivitis anymore, which is nice. So yeah, that's 3 purple turtles. Then I have 3 blue turtles. Again, 1 with the pink eyes, 1 with the yellow eyes, there you go, and this time 1 with green eyes. I've been trying to use up my 8mm eyes because I want to buy a new set and I don't like having loads and loads of boxes dotted around, so I'm trying to use them up. So then the black turtles, I have one with the light pink, one with the dark pink, and one with red eyes, which is fun. I'm trying to save my red eyes for October, but I thought, why not? Why not have a turtle with red eyes? So then next up, that was Monday and Tuesday. Then I started on the fish and the cats after that, which was, let's grab all of the fish first because that's probably easier. So I have two blackfish, that one's sideways. I have one with the gold sparkly eyes and one with orange sparkly eyes. Trying not to cover my mouth up as much so people can lip read. Then I have, two purple fish. One has dark pink eyes. I bought a new set of 18mm glitter disc eyes and they've got new colours in and I'm really excited about them. This is one of the new colours, the light pink, which is adorable. This one's come with so many more pastel eyes and it's just, they're so cute. I love them so much. And then to finish off with, I have one blue because I'll talk about that in a sec. But I have dark blue. And then I have a goldfish, which has the light blue, which is also a new colour. I love it. Ignore my dirty nails, I should have cleaned them. But yeah. So the reason I've only got one blue fish, and you'll notice in a second I've not got any blue cats, is because I realised that my existing dinosaur stock, I've only got one. I've got the big Bronto and then I've got a small dappled pink Bronto. I want a dappled blue Bronto because they go really well. Little kids just love them. So I made sure that I had enough of the blue dappled yarn left to make a blue Bronto. And if I made cats and fish out of it, I wouldn't have had enough. So that is why there is a lack of the blue dappled items in this set of stock, but I filled it in with the colours and I'm really excited about it. That goldfish I think is my favourite fish I've ever made because it's just so cute. The other things that I've made to sort of replace the blue dappled yarn is I've got, oh, there you go, got a grey and a black kitten. So the grey one has the new pink eyes, which again, so cute. The black also has new eyes on. This light green is new and it's just so cute. I'm not sure how much I like the nose on this one. I ran out of safety noses and also you wouldn't have been able to see the black safety noses. So yeah, this is the black loaf kitten. And then the other loaf kittens I have are two purple ones, one with the blue eyes and one with the pink eyes. I actually have 3 different pinks in this set, which is really nice. I'm really happy with it. I will link it down below, I think, because I think it was like £3 or £4 or something like that for like 120 pairs of eyes, which is quite nice. And these are the ones that I can paint as well if I want different coloured eyes than the discs I have left, which is, it's a nice amount of like freedom. But yeah, so the black ones, I have gold eyes on this one. And then I don't know what happened with this one. I must have mixed my bags of eyes up because I still have some bigger eyes left. So it's got, let's compare it. It's got huge eyes. So this might have to go in the wonky box, which is what I call my B grade box, along with one of the purple cats is really wonky. Is it that one? Yeah, this purple cat's really wonky for some reason. So that's also going in the wonky box. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I crochet the ears in rather than sewing them on afterwards. I must have just not realised that my stitches had shifted around until it was too late. I think I got down to like here before I realised, and this yarn doesn't frog very well. So I thought, well, I'll finish it off and I'll just discount it probably, but it's a bit wonky. But it's fine. We're all a bit wonky here. And then we have giant eye. These are pink eyes as well. Giant eye cat, which will also go in the wonky box. Then we have, I think after that, so this will be, I think I spent like Tuesday and Wednesday making the cats and the fish. So this is like mostly Thursday makes with the whales. I think I started them Wednesday night and then finished them on Thursday, but I have, start with this one. I had just enough of this yarn left to make a whale with, so I thought why not. And it's got little pink eyes, which is so cute. Then I made 2 blue ones with blue eyes. I'm not sure if I'm going to put these on keychains or not. I might just have like a sign on the table to say like £1 upgrade or 50p upgrade for a keychain. Then I have these. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I literally can't get a break today. Tried to film this once, my mum called, tried to film this twice, and there's a knock at the door. But yeah, I'm back. So whales, I was going through whales. We've got blue ones, we've got pink ones. Orcas. I have done orcas. I have a few for the wonky box, I think. I think this one needs to go in the wonky box because he's a bit nipply. But the other 2 turned out cute. I'm really happy with them. I did end up having to paint these eyes because I ran out of the white eyes. I only had the 1 pair left, so these are painted with acrylic. They're just the clear eyes that I've added acrylic to the back to. But yeah, they're cute. I love them. They're also covered in cat fur because everything's covered in cat fur because I can't escape my cat. She loves lying on my crochet. And yes, yesterday I made a lot of keychains. So I have 3 more bees to add to the collection because I decided that 5 just like wasn't enough. I've added keychains to 3 out of the 5 bees from Monday. So the 3 little ones have keychains on. So then I have the other 2 have brown eyes. I don't know how well they show up on camera, but yeah. And that is my 3 bees that I made yesterday. And then I also made 2 sets of Light Fury keychains because it's ended up working out anyway that the market we've got on the 17th has asked for a raffle prize. So because I'm sharing a gazebo space with my mum, she's going to pay the table fee and then I've donated the raffle prize, and that's how we've worked the price out. So I'm not actually paying a table fee for next week. But yeah, I have more fluff. So we've got 1 set of these for the raffle prize, and then I have 1 set for the table. I forgot, this is the first one that I made, and I forgot that the Light Fury only has the 2 sets of knobbly bits rather than the 4 like Toothless does. So I've got 1 Light Fury that's got all of the knobbly bits, and then I've got 1 Light Fury that only has the correct knobbly bits. So the correct one's going to be the raffle prize, and I'm going to put the other one on the table. I think it looks cuter with all of the knobbly bits, but I don't know who's going to get the raffle prize, and they'll probably prefer a correct one, so that's what I've done. But yeah, and then I've started today on mushrooms, so this weekend's goal is to get 10 mushrooms done. Hopefully start working on either some leggy frogs or some fidget caterpillars. But I think I'm going to leave the caterpillars until I dropped it. Oh well. I'm going to leave the fidget caterpillars, I think, until I've got most other things done, because I don't know what colours to do them in, so I think I'm going to do them as a bit of a scrappy project, and just use up what I've got left once I've finished everything else. I don't want to end up using a bunch of my pink and blue and then going, oh, I've not got enough of the dinosaurs I want to make now. So yeah, the goal in that regard is to sort of use up some scraps, because it's quite a small, each piece is quite small, so that'll be a good one for using up the last little bits of balls. I have a bit of green left, have a bit of flesh left. My black and white are quite low. No, my white's quite low. I've got another ball of black, and I've got a decent amount of grey and stuff left as well, so I might try and make a couple of dragons towards the end of the week, if I get everything that I want to get done. I have 2 days, so the 15th and 16th, that currently are looking quite empty. So they're written down to be days where if I've got enough white left, I'll do all the spots on the mushrooms. Then also to maybe make some smaller things for keychains, because I've not got very many keychains. I'm not sure what to do with the whales, whether to put one of each colour on a keychain or whether to put a sign on the table to say they can be upgraded. But yeah, so keychains will be my sort of filler project towards the end of the week if I get everything done. But yeah, so we'll see how the caterpillars end up going. We'll see what I end up doing. Sorry, I've got a really itchy eye. Yeah, we'll see how the caterpillars go. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. I think I'll probably check in with you on Wednesday and then again on Saturday. That's my goal. So every couple of days I'll do a little check-in, let you know how it's going. But yeah, 25 items is all I have left, which is a bit mad. I've made so much. But yeah, that means that in like less than 2 weeks I've made 91 items. That's crazy. Because my goal for making in total for August was to make 100 items, so to know that I'm going to have made that before, like within the first 2 weeks of the month, is crazy. I was going to put this at the end of the video, but let's talk about it now. My idea for after this market, so after the 17th, was if I didn't need to restock very much for the 24th, then to start on October stuff. If I do need to restock, obviously the 24th comes first, but I will need to buy more yarn for that, so I might end up with a couple of days at the start of the week where I've not actually got anything to do, at least towards the 24th, so I might end up using the little bits of yarn that I do have, and some of the acrylic that I've got left over to start on October things. My plans for October are to do some Sanrio blind boxes, maybe some Pokemon blind boxes, and to make lots of spooky things, so Mothman, bats, pumpkins, ghosts, all of it. Some like voodoo patchwork things, and yeah, just focusing on the creepy stuff a bit more and some characters a bit more than I am currently. So that is the goal for next week. No, week after. Week after? I've lost track of time, guys, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So if I get time at the end of this week, I'll probably get started on making a few spookier bits, because I don't want to end up making too much stock that's summery or kiddie and then ending up with these now 2 markets in October with just loads of kiddie stock and not much spooky stock, because I don't want to take up too much space on the table. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and I will see you on Wednesday for a check-in. Bye. So I know I said I'd update on Wednesday, but honestly I just forgot that we were really busy that day. We had a meal for my sister because she passed a driving test and a lot of other things are going on, so didn't really get around to updating. But that means that it is now Friday, the market is on Sunday, and I have finished my market prep, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'll show you the last few bits that I made. To start with, on Sunday I wanted to make some leggy frogs, but then I tried a leggy frog pattern in acrylic because I didn't have enough chenille yarn to do leggy frogs in, at least in green, and I know that a lot of people have trouble shifting like unrealistic colours of leggy frogs, and I hated it. I hate making leggy frogs, so I decided to make these instead. It's kind of adapted from a pattern, but I also kind of made it just all up by myself. But we've got little mini frogs, I've got those 2, and then I also made these 2. So this is them all together, so I've made 4 of those. My thinking was I sell my leggy frogs for between £3 and £5 anyway. I sell my keychains at £3, so I'm happy with these as a replacement for the leggy frogs. Along the same lines, I didn't make a dragon because I couldn't find a pattern that was worth the time that it would take me to make it in the yarn that I've got, because I use chunky rather than super chunky. They end up about this big, and I can't sell a dragon for like probably the £25 to £30 that I would like to for the time that it takes me if it's only this big, because that's not how the economy works in the UK, sadly. I know in the US that's quite a normal price for something about that big, but not over here. But yeah, then the next thing I made, which I think I'd started last time I updated, was mushrooms. I've ended up making 11 because my partner wanted one, and I've dropped one on the floor. But these all have spots and faces. Another thing I did do was, if I can find one in my big bag. No, that's a turtle. Another thing I did do this week was embroider spots onto the frogs and the chicks as well. So everything that is a mushroom has spots now. The next thing that I made was a Bronto. Easy peasy. Third one I've made during this crochet period in this colour. You've all seen them, you all love them. Then the next thing I worked on was Stegosauruses. So I have 2 of them. One of them is Dotty Spotty, one of them is pink. Then I made 3 of these guys actually, because I made one as a commission. These 2 are for the table. So I've got one in, I think my partner said this is like Fluttershy colours, and then one in this green and blue. These actually have 30mm eyes on because just their faces are so big that smaller eyes looked a bit weird, so I've got 30mm eyes on, which is nice. That means I've finally used my stash of those, because I don't tend to really use them that much. The one I made for a commission is this guy. He's red and black and edgy. He's adorable. And then finally, yesterday, I made these guys. So these I'm really excited about. I'll have to try and find, I thought I was going to use the All From Jade pattern, but then I hadn't realised that's a paid one. So I found another one, and I will link that down below because I can't remember the maker right now. But yeah, so I've got twisty fidget worms, fidget caterpillars, and yeah, I love them. So I've made one with the green and blue middle and the pink ends. I made one with the green and pink middle and the blue ends. I've made one with green and yellow in the middle and then pink ends. I didn't have much yellow left though, so don't look too close, but there is actually 2 colours of yellow in this. And then finally I made 2 that were just pink and blue, one with pink ends, one with blue ends, which are really cute. And that is everything I've made for this market. I need to do a table setup. I will have that probably as the next clip, and then the next things you'll see are my actual table setups and the recaps. So thank you for joining me this far. If you have watched this far, please comment a caterpillar, and I'll see you in the next clip. Right, we're all set up at Allesley Scout Summer Fair. We have some lovely keychains to start with. I'm so happy with this new rack, it looks gorgeous. I've reduced the price of my Labubus, so hopefully get a sale on those today. Then I've put my turtles up in the rack this time because I've got quite a lot of stuff, and the fish don't fit in the rack, so the turtles are in the rack. Got my pills, got my whales, my squid, my octopuses and my fish. Then we've got the dinosaur and cat section and the big panda, he's also been reduced. got my dice pouches at the front because they didn't fit with the pills in the basket. All of my fidgets are all together. Then I've got my badges, and then all of my partner's stuff is on clearance this time, and my sewing plushes are at the top as normal. And that is my setup for Horsley. And then I've got my mum's booth next to me as well, so we're together again, which is always nice. If you'd like some of my mum's stuff, here's her socials. It's Heartfelt Jojo, and she does all sorts of cute stuff. These are new this fair. She's made little fidget stress balls with felt in, which is so cute. And then she's also got a little builder fidget station with keychains, which again is adorable. And yeah, all done. Hi, it's Wednesday. It's been a few days since my market. I needed a bit of time. It's been a really busy weekend time frame, because we're getting ready to say bye to my sister because she's going off for uni. I've got other things happening. My partner's away dog sitting, so I'm looking after the house on my own, but you don't need to know all of that. I'm alone and I'm sad about it. I needed a bit of time after this market to decompress and stuff. So here is the recap of that market and how it went. I'm going to warn you guys now, it was slow, but we will get to that after I've told you what I actually ended up making. So I've got the trusty iPad and let's go. I took 3 animal head keychains with me, 1 cow, 1 elephant and 1 pig. I didn't sell any of them. I took 46 badges with me, didn't sell any of them. Took 17 bears with me and I didn't sell any of them. I took 8 bees with me, 6 keychains and 2 bigger bees. I sold one of the keychains for £3. I took 2 chonky T-Rexes with me and I didn't sell either of them. Took 4 Labubu keychains. Anyone who's watched this channel for as long as I've been uploading will know that I cannot shift these guys. I got a bit closer this weekend. They were getting a lot of attention, but sadly there was another stall selling Labubu stuff, which again, I'll get to. So I still haven't sold any of them. I've reduced the price from £10 to £8, but they're still with me. Fiance's lino prints. I took 33 with me and I sold, I took 33 with me and I sold 2 of them. So that was £5 each, £10 in total. I took 2 of his big canvases with me, didn't sell any of them. 2 of his mini canvases with me and I sold 1 of them. Sold the horse one, so we've only got the squid left. Took 3 small canvases, didn't sell any of them. Took 2 postcard sized canvases, didn't sell any of them. Fidget toys. Still haven't sold well, but here we are. We've got 5 caterpillars that I took with me, didn't sell any. I took 7 frogs with me, didn't sell any. 10 mushrooms with me and didn't sell any. I did sell a chick. So I took 8 chicks with me. I sold 1 for £6. And the snakes, I took 16 with me. I sold 1 for £4. So that was £10 in total on the fidgets. Fish, took 8, didn't sell any. That was really odd because I usually sell at least 1 fish. I don't think a market's gone by where I've not sold a fish, but here we are. Frog keychains, these were the little mini acrylic ones that I showed. I sold 2 of them. I took 4 with me, so I sold those for £3 each, so £6 total. I was very relieved about that, that I got some sales on those at least. Then I took 4 Fury Head dragon keychains with me. I took 2 Light Furies and 2 Night Furies. I gave 2 of them as a raffle prize. I had 2 with me on the table and neither of them sold. I took my Jumbo Bronto with me. He's not gone. I've still got him. I took 7 large plague doctors with me. I've not sold 1 of them. I took 3 small plague doctors with me. Not sold any of them. Took 8 loaf cats. No sales. I took 7 of my pills with me, my happy pills, and I didn't sell any, but I did trade one with another vendor for a magnet. She was great. She's called Crafted by Cotton. I'll link her down below. She sells mental health themed things, specifically focusing on adult neurodivergence. So she sells like explainer cards that you can give to people on how your disability affects you and what neurodivergence looks like in adulthood. She's fantastic. So please do check her out. Either way, 7 pills. Didn't sell any, but I've only got 6 left. 12 octopuses. No sales, which again is really odd for me because every market that I've had them, I've sold one at. Then my jumbo panda is still not sold. He's still with me. 2 dice pouches are still with me. My smaller brontosauruses, I took 2. I took 1 pink one and 1 blue one, and the pink one sold. I took my squid with me, my bright pink one. He's still with me. 2 stegosauruses, neither of them sold. I took 12 turtles, none sold, and I took 8 whales. 4 of those were made into keychains, and I didn't sell a single whale. So in total, that was, so all in all, that was 9 items sold for £40. My mum made £22, and she might have made 23, and my sister made £7 on her earrings. So between the 4 of us, in total, that was 70 quid that we made. Take off the £10 for the table, 60 quid between 4 of us, which sounds quite bad, but for how slow it was, I'm quite happy with that. If I take off my materials and the new keyring rack and bucket things that I bought for my table, then I came away with just over 11 quid in profit. That paid for my taxi home that night. So I didn't really end up coming away with any money, but an opportunity to network is never a bad thing, and to try a new event out. This was their first year running, so hopefully their marketing next year will be better, and I'm very happy to do the event again if it is, because the organisation was great on it, just obviously the footfall wasn't quite there. So if they can improve that, that'll be great. But yeah, so to get on to the lost sales, there was a woman there who had what I would diplomatically describe as a tat stall. To be brutally honest, it was Temu stuff. It was Lafufus. It was these plastic Labubu toys. It was the like bulk by Amazon plastic fidget toys. Pens that she'd just whacked a rubber croc charm onto. That kind of stuff where you can tell someone's just trying to hustle, they're not trying to actually create, in the kindest way I can say that. But yeah, so there was, I'd say 3 kids who had come up to my stall because we were right near the entrance. They'd picked something out that they liked, and the parents had gone, come back once we've gone round everywhere and we'll see if there's anything else that you want, which is fair enough with little kids. I know what they're like. I know that they pick things up and go, I want this, and then they're crying halfway around because they've realised there's something they want more. That is completely fine, completely understandable. I'm sure I was like that as a child. My mum will probably watch this video so she can tell me if I was like that as a child. But yeah, so 3 kids came up. 2 of them looked at my Labubus and really wanted one of my Labubus, and then came back with some of her stuff. And that was a bit of a kick in the teeth, because obviously I've had those Labubus for 3 markets now, and I've not had a single person even try and ask me about them. So to know I could have sold 2 of them if it weren't for this lady it feels a bit sad. But it's fine. I'll get over it eventually, I'm sure. I'll get rid of them along the line. I'm really hoping this weekend. I've reduced the price on them, as I said, so cross fingers that one of them sells. And then the 3rd kid who'd come up, and chosen one of my fidget poppers because of the way it does this. And she came back over with one of the like plastic grid oval things that does that. And all of those kids who came back over with stuff were from her stall. So yeah, that was a bit sad. There was another crocheter as well who was directly opposite the tat stall inside, because we were outside in the gazebos. But she only had flowers, and I think she had ghosts and pumpkins, but they were all very small and made out of acrylic yarn, so there wasn't any direct competition. I didn't have any of my Halloween stuff with me because I've not made it yet. So there wasn't any crossover. Had a chat to her, she was lovely. She complimented my stuff, I complimented hers, so it was nice to get talking to her. It was also nice, there was a chocolate lady next to us who made chocolate. She was lovely, told us all of the fairs to go to and avoid in the local area, and told us her like Christmas plans, because we've not got our Christmas season booked in yet. We've only just sort of finished booking our Halloween season. And then obviously Crafted by Cotton, who I've mentioned as well, was a couple of doors down from us. Everyone was really lovely. I didn't have one bad interaction. I saw my old school librarian there. That was interesting. I didn't realise that the child she'd gone on maternity leave with is now a full-blown like human being. That's crazy. I forget how old I am sometimes. But yeah, so that's my recap of this market. I'll see you again. I was going to say I'll see you again on Sunday for the next one. It's not, it's on Saturday. This whole time I've been saying the wrong thing. So that's actually on Saturday the 23rd of August, not Sunday the 24th. Right, so today is Saturday the 23rd of August, which means my last market of August happened today. I know, right? Actually updating on the day of the market. Who am I? And here I am to give you the recap. This was another slow one, which we're both, me and my mum, are quite disappointed about, given how slow last weekend was. But it just wasn't meant to be. I'll talk about more reasons why it was a bit slow a bit later on. Let me tell you what we've actually sold first. I only made 3 sales. I sold 7 items in total. I'm not going to bother running through how many of each thing I took again, because it's basically the same as last week. I didn't make any stock in between. I'll list off the things that didn't sell any, because some people are interested in that. But yeah, so to start with, things that did sell. I sold 2 bees for £3 each. They were on keychains, so that was £6 total. I sold 1 fidget snake for £4 total. I sold my last 2 mini frog keychains, so that was £6 total. I sold 1 turtle for £3 and 1 whale keychain for £3. I think I will put the other whales I've got on keychains, because that seems to be going better than not. The things that didn't sell were my cow, elephant or pig keychains. They're still with me. My Labubu head keychains are still with me. Any of my felt badges, any of my patchwork bears, any of my dinosaurs. I didn't sell any of my partner's art this time around. I didn't sell any other fidgets other than that 1 snake, which means that my fidget caterpillars haven't sold, which I was kind of sad about, because I was really excited to have made those. So hopefully, with having a bit more footfall with the markets in October, they'll find lovely new homes. I haven't sold any fish. I haven't sold either of my Fury Dragon keychains. None of my plague doctors sold, none of my loaf cats have sold, none of my pills have sold. I haven't sold any octopuses, I haven't sold my big panda, I haven't sold my last 2 pouches or my squid. So all of that is coming with me to the October markets. It does mean I don't really need to make anything for the October markets, but I'm going to because I want to make spooky stuff. I'll just have a really overstocked table. And that's okay. Trying to tell myself that that's okay, that it's okay that I've got a lot of backstock because it will make the Christmas season a lot easier. So yeah, in total that was 7 items sold over 3 transactions with a total income of £22. And again, because I know I rushed through that quite quick, that was in total 6 keychains. So my keychains have done really well. 2 bees, 1 whale, two frogs. I do need to make more of those mini frogs. I sold 1 blue snake and 1 pink turtle. So yeah, after materials and everything, that meant that I came out with a profit of £12. So not a good one. Not a good month for markets this month. The issues we had with this market, I'd like to say again, organisation, fantastic. Location, fantastic. That is the fanciest care home I've ever been in. The main problems we had was the position of where we were was weirdly tucked around a corner. There was another crochet vendor there and she was in direct eye line of the door. So I know that she made some sales because people came over with her plushes. So we were weirdly tucked around a corner, and also the place that we were put, where our stall was put, was also where the dancing and singing for this event was happening. And it was not a big area. So that meant that when the singing and dancing were happening, which was most of the event, there wasn't any footfall because people didn't want to get in the way of the performances, rightfully so. Did also mean some of the performers got very, very close to mine and Mum's tables to the point where we were like, they were within like 2 inches of the table. Luckily nothing got knocked, but that wasn't great. So that didn't help. There was very low footfall because of that. The staff weren't aware of the event, most of the staff. Apparently they were told, they just clearly hadn't sunk in. So bless the girl who organised it, she was fantastic. She ran around the care home a couple of times to get the staff to come and give us a check out. That helped a bit. Clearly not much, but it was helpful. And the third problem we had was just the way that the care homes run. Because of the types of residents they have, the residents can't spend their own money without the family's permission. Which was a shame because we did have quite a few of them come and have a look, but they couldn't buy anything and not all of them had family there to come and buy it for them or to like give permission for things to happen and whatever. So that was a problem we faced, is most of the people who were looking at the table weren't allowed to buy from a table. So it doesn't mean that I wouldn't go there again. I would be talking to the girl who organises it to say, could we please be A, in a better position, and B, can you please let people know sooner that we are where we are? And also C, please do not put stalls in the same place as you are expecting performers to perform. She did realise that afterwards. She was very apologetic. But yes, so that was my general review of the event. Lovely place. If you do for some reason have the chance to visit, then do. I don't think you would because it's a care home. But yeah, so that was my roundup of August. I'm sorry I had a kind of disappointing one for you guys, but hopefully October will be a lot better. We might have some events in September. We're just trying to work out which ones to book and which ones to miss out on. We're trying to be a lot more careful with catering to an audience that fits the products we've got. And trying to pick out events that have got a better footfall and that we can try and make sure we've not got as much overlap with other vendors, because that's been our main issues this month. So yeah, hopefully a more optimistic outlook going forward. Hopefully a better roundup for you at a different time. Obviously July was fantastic, so I'm not behind on costs for materials or anything. I've had quite a lot of commissions, so that's paid for October's materials, and October's tables are also already paid for by the profit that I have made. So I'm not out of pocket, but I'm not really in pocket either, if that makes sense. But that's starting a business. That's just kind of what happens. I knew coming into it that it's going to take time to build it up to the point where I'm actually making a profit, and that is something I'm happy to do because I'm still working full time as well. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm sorry for the rambly mess the end of this video turned into, and I hope that you'll keep watching and keep watching my business grow. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you're working on, tell me if you've had any events that have been like this where it's just all around not been a great situation, but the event was still great. Please tell me if you've ever seen a man called Barry Styles perform, because he was fantastic. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for watching.